one of the questions put to Charles Ramsden last evening is if there's a dialogue between the major winner and the major loser, and let me be specific here, the major loser in my analysis so far since Monday is APNU. The major winner is the PPP. He is saying, yes, you can have dialogue on the way forward, but the integrity of the election results, and he said he's not speaking for the leadership of the PPP, the integrity of the election results have to be accepted. I know I can't ask you to bring out what your party leadership has decided, but I'm asking you now in your individual capacity, could you conceive of the PPP entering Parliament as a minority opposition?
The thing is, for this 2020 elections, we are sure that the PPP will not enter Parliament as a minority opposition. We're sure
You're saying that you want.
We're sure about that. We're very, very sure about that. I seen people introducing the conversation about the governance issue. My thing is, we cannot discuss the issue of governance when we have an unresolved and outstanding matter. We have to conclude an elections that is credible. That is a fundamental issue. And this morning, a young man I was engaged with, the people, I see letters from Koyana and Bagwan and all kind of people talking. The point is, that conversation, whilst it might be useful, it is not a conversation for now. What we have before us is a party in conjunction with the people who should manage the elections attempting to rig and to steal the elections.
Freddie, let me ask you.
Let me say this. There's a problem on this table here since Monday.
But
how do you get the loser to back out when the loser has so driven excessive euphoria into this?
No, but let me ask you a question.
Let
me ask you a question, Freddie. You've been a political scientist for decades. If the situation had flipped, let's flip the entire political situation the other way, and the PNC was in the situation now that we were advocating, and the PPP was on the other side, what would have happened again? I want to ask you that.
But I don't mince my word. I think they would have tried to burn down the city.
Well, let me say this. Let me say this. We're not even talking about, I am not even talking about where power is. You asked me if I could conceive of the PPP being in opposition. The PPP has been in opposition for the last 4 years. I could conceive of the PPP being anywhere the people of Guyana want the PPP to be. Let's remember the purpose of an election. People all over this country, all over the world, but we're talking about Guyana. People all over Guyana have a right to determine who they want. This is a human right that has been enshrined in our constitution and our other laws. Who it is they want to govern them. Who it is they want to govern the country for a particular period, not forever. And those people don't get up every morning at Governor Light and say what they want, and Blackbush and say what they want, and Paradise and say what they want. Every 5 years, they get a chance to speak through their ballot. And we must give effect to the will of the people. So it's not about what the PPP wants and what the PNC wants and what the APNU wants. All political parties want power. That's what they live for. We'd be lying if we didn't say that. The purpose of these elections is not to give a political party power. It's to empower the people of this country to determine who will be their leaders through their ballots. So we don't have the luxury of sitting at a table and sharing out a little bit of power anywhere across the land. We must listen to their voices. We must give effect to their will. And whatever their will is, in the counting of those ballots, we're prepared to live with it. So it's for me, it's much more fundamental than who get office here and who get a ministry there and who gets a place at the table where. It is about what the people of this country want. That is all this is about. And it must be given effect to. Their will must be given effect to. Their voices must be heard. And I believe that is the outcry across the world. People cannot imagine that in 2020, the people of Guyana have no say, because some big boy in a party or big woman in a party or collection of them somewhere decide they want to steal that expression from the people. And if we were to sit down here and dole out a little bit of power here and a little bit of power there and an office here and a ministry there, we would be taking from those people what we went to them and offered them, what they spoke to us about through their ballot, what they said they wanted through their vote. And we are not at liberty. We don't have the luxury to do that. We don't have the mandate to do that. We don't have the authority to do that. We are their servants. They are our bosses, and they've told us what they wanted. We got to find out what they wanted through those ballots.
Thank you for that.
But if you ask experts, Freddie, if you ask experts, they will tell you in this day and age,